The first team we're going to talk about is a team that I actually wasn't prepared to talk about because I thought they were going to get the result last night and already be in. But we're talking about Nashville SC. 5 games remaining, currently on 44 points, meaning a total of 59 possible. They are at home versus Seattle, at home versus Orlando, away to Philadelphia, and then 2 more home games versus New England and Red Bull. I
You,
will ask you first what you think is going to happen.
they're fine. Anybody that says they're not fine is just they're just trying to create a little drama here for Nashville, but they're 7 points ahead of Montreal. 5 games left to play, so they have a game in hand on basically everybody below them outside of Miami and Charlotte. And 4 of their last 5 games are home games. Nashville will be fine. They will easily be out of the play-in game. They will go straight into the playoffs. They have room to go up even higher. Everything's close. I mean, they're a little bit behind that squad of 49 points that's ahead of them. But they will be fine. Even if their opponents are tough, which they are, they have some really tough opponents and Red Bull coming up. But they will be fine. It's a different question when we're talking about the playoffs and what they can bring to the table, but they will be there. No question about it. I will
Go on, do something dumb.
Nah, I mean, well, it's basically a given. It would be kind of stupid to say it at this point. But I was just gonna say that if they didn't make the playoffs, I'll quit the podcast. But
I
that's
am
basically
all for that. Let's go, baby. Toss the season.
you just want a solo podcast, you and Grace.
The only thing that would make me happier than doing a podcast is doing a podcast without you. Um, I
Not very
agree with.
nice.
Hey, I never said we were friends. I never did, except for on MLS history, but that's just for the cool transition.
Uh-huh.
Um, I agree with you. I think they're okay. Like I said, they're really 1 win away from clinching. It's just a matter of where they'll finish. However, I do think it will be tighter than they expected. Home versus Seattle. I think Seattle's pretty good on, based off of their record. I think they have a good run in away from home. 6-5-4. They're based the same at home and away. So I saw that as a draw. Versus Orlando, I actually have them losing that game. I think Orlando is hitting that stride that we all predicted them to be. I think one of us predicted them at least top 2, and it wasn't 2. Um, but we don't count Cincinnati because they shouldn't even be here because they should have been relegated and their team should have liquidated, been reported 9 different times before they could be in this position. So it doesn't really even count. So Orlando's actually. Sorry, I'm tired. I can't control my filter.
I
But I
like
do
it.
have them.
Unfiltered.
I have them losing that game. Philly away. Philly has only lost once at home this season. I have them losing that game as well. And then I have them picking up 4 points out of their last 6 against New England with a win at home and then a draw versus Red Bull. Can you run through your 5 game predictions for me?
Yeah, sure. I'm feeling pretty high on Nashville to finish out this season. So I've got them losing to Seattle though. Um, I think Seattle's just really tough to break down, and I think Nashville always struggles to score anyway. Then I've got them on a pretty strong run here. I think after losing to Seattle, they're really going to feel like they need to take that step and just go all out. Hani Mukhtar is going to shine like the MVP is. And I think they win the next 3 games against Orlando, Philly, and New England. Uh, Philly's going to be the toughest one, obviously, at Philly. That's going to be really hard. Orlando's also a decently tough one. But I think at home they should take care of New England, a New England team that's kind of in shambles right now. And then Red Bull, I also have a draw. I just feel like at that point, their main, I think, well, they'll definitely be in the playoffs. I don't know if there will be much more for them to play for in terms of, I guess it would just depend on matchup if they have that ability, but I don't think they'll push their guys too hard at that point and settle for a draw against Red Bull at home.
want to say settling. I think Red Bull will earn it, but whatever. So you've got them finishing on 54 points. I've got
I got 53. Sorry, yeah, 54. 54 points.
That's my accountant, baby. 44 plus 10, 53. Yes, sir. I have them finishing on 49 points. Yeah, I agree. I think they're going to be okay. I think they go in. They've got a real strong group. Gary Smith has a system. They're going to do it. I just think that it's going to be a tougher run in than you predict.